you go. Holly, do you want to start off with the first
sure.
question?
So I just want to ask, how old are you?
83.
83, nice.
So, what year were you born?
41.
Yeah. I was born in 2007.
You
so
were born when?
2007.
Oh,
So
I was 2008, like early 2008.
right. Okay.
What would you say is the most memorable moment of your life?
I think when I was 10, because I was given a birthday party and I hadn't been given a birthday party before because of the war. And there were restrictions that there's no such thing as a birthday cake, but I got one. And I think that was probably very memorable. And that was 73 years ago. So,
If you were going to give one word of advice to anyone our age, what would it be?
I have no idea because I don't know what your interests are or what you get up to or anything like that. I have very little knowledge of what people of your age do. We lose touch as we get older, and unless we have grandchildren, we don't know what happens.
I think we spend a lot of time on our phones and on the internet now.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
What sort of things do you listen to on the phones?
well, I think I mainly use my phone to talk to my friends and to message my friends a lot. So I think I message them a lot more than I see them, which is a bit sad.
Is it
but
expensive?
a phone? Yeah,
I'd
it's,
say it is.
to buy a phone is a few £100 and then you pay for your mobile data and everything.
Right.
So
So it's more expensive than telephones were when I was a girl.
I suppose because you
Probably.
wouldn't just buy a phone now, you'd have to keep paying for the
Yes, the
stuff for
calls.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. How about you, Holly? Do you spend a lot of time talking to friends?
Yeah, I use my phone mainly to talk to my friends. Also, I listen to a lot of music on my phone. That's usually what I'm doing on my phone, listening to music or watching TV shows or sort of things like that. But also, I love talking to my friends on my phone, and I mean, Rachel's right. I probably talk to them more on my phone than I see them in person.
How often do you see friends? Are they a long way away because you can phone them?
Well, well, most of us live in Kirrie.
Us two live in Kirrie.
Yeah. A couple live in Forfar and Arbroath and up the Glens and that. But it's just, we've just recently finished school. So it's now gone from seeing each other every day at school to not seeing each other at all, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
We try to meet up, but then we plan all of that over text.
Right.
So, what was the biggest trend when you were our age?
We didn't really have them. I can remember at school, mini skirts. The teachers, well, it was a girls' school, and the teachers were absolutely scandalised if anybody could see their knickers, because the short skirts got shorter and shorter and shorter until you could see the knickers, and we thought it was great.
What's your favourite food?
Food. I like bangers and mash because in Scotland I have a Lancashire accent. In Scotland they have the most delicious sausages, really, really very nice, and I really enjoy them.
What's your favourite drink?
Diet Coke.
That's a good
I
one.
love Diet Coke. Where about did you grow up? You said you had a Lancashire accent.
Yes, I grew up in Manchester, which is a big city in Lancashire, and it's an industrial city. So it spinning and weaving and that sort of thing. Cotton, not jute. And of course we've got the Manchester Ship Canal as well, which runs from Manchester to Liverpool, and which made Manchester a big port. As it wasn't as big as Liverpool, but it was a big port for cargo ships.
If you were given one wish, what would you wish for?
Better health, I think. Because I get these aches and pains, and I think, what's all that about? And I think, never mind, Mary, you're old, you know.
What were your parents like? What were your parents like?
My father, when he came out of the army, he joined the colonial service, and he got sent abroad. We went to Basra first of all in the Middle East, and then we went to Zanzibar, which is in East Africa, and I went to boarding school in East Africa, in Nairobi. So I was away from my parents quite a lot, but they were professional. My father was a professional person, and my mum was a housewife.
What was school like when you were younger?
Boarding school. Well, I was quite, apart from being very homesick, I settled at boarding school pretty well. The rules and regulations, you understood what they were. You know, you knew that if you did run around naked in the dormitory, you'd get into trouble. You know, so you knew what you were supposed to be doing, and you knew when you misbehaved at lunchtime. Usually the misdemeanors were either being late, getting ready for school, or mucking about at the dining table, you know, and flicking food about, you know.
Do you prefer tea or coffee?
Oh, I like Diet Coke.
Just Diet
Or
Coke?
water.
All the
Yes,
time? That's
yes.
fair.
I don't care for tea or coffee.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing about Kirrie Connections?
Oh, the company. I mean, there's 20, no, can't remember how many there are of us there. And we all have something in common in that we don't remember. And it doesn't matter that we don't remember, because there's nothing really important to try and remember. And so there's that burden taken off us. You know, we go outside and we wonder, somebody will ask us something and we have no idea, and you feel so guilty or stupid. And the worst thing I think about dementia is feeling stupid.
That's everything we've got written down.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to ask us, or anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, I'm just so surprised how poised you both are, and I'm really very impressed. So thank you very much for a very pain-free interview.
Of course.
Of course. And thank you for doing it.
Thank you. Yes, thank you
Thank
for agreeing
you.
to do this.